Imithandazo yethu Nkosi sikelela.
Well, good morning to you, South Africa. A somber morning at that. And you'll remember that exactly a week ago today, it was the 15th of March 2015, that South Africans woke up to the devastating news of the passing of Minister Collins Chabane. Today, the 21st of March, Human Rights Day at that, we lay to rest a struggle icon and South African who contributed immensely towards the rights of all South Africans being observed in this very country. He is a son of the soil of the province of Limpopo, and as well travelled as he was post-democracy in the new dispensation, he travelled the world really. He ascended to the upper echelons of society and climbed the ladder of government, but he never forgot where he came from. And this is why we have our next guest here. He is the Premier in the province of Limpopo, Premier Stanley Mathabatha. Very good morning to you, sir. Under these very difficult circumstances, we thank you for joining us.
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. Thank you very much for having us here also.
Premier, I understand that Minister Chabane was in fact so attached to the province. His umbilical cord was still very much here. In fact, on the morning of his passing, he was on his way back from a funeral of one of the chiefs in this particular province. He was the son of the soil, as I said. What contribution did he make to the province?
In fact, it's a lot of contribution that he made to the province. Remember, he was born here, he grew up here, and after that he left the country, went to train outside, and the first thing that he did when he came back from exile was to come back here again and check as to what was happening, as to whether the conditions have changed or the conditions are still the same. And then he realized that the conditions are still the same here. And that sort of motivated him to continue as a cadre, as a soldier, as a freedom fighter, and fought until he was captured in 1984. Went to Robben Island. After Robben Island, he came back here, back to Limpopo again, the then Northern Transvaal, and contributed immensely in terms of the building of the liberation movement. The first structures of the ANC after the unbanning were established by Comrade Collins and others. And not only that, from there he went into government and became an MEC. Remember, he is the longest serving provincial secretary of the ANC in this province. Comrade Collins. Fortunately, one had the privilege of serving with him in the PEC, because when he was secretary, I was the treasurer, together with Ngoako Ramatlhodi as the chairperson, our chairperson. And I worked very closely with Comrade Collins. I know during that time we did not even have resources in the province, but he would travel with his paper bag and his green London folk lumber jacket to almost every part of this province. And really, I must say, during that period, at that part, he did a lot to this province. And remember, he was also an MEC for 3 different departments in this province. When he was an MEC in the Premier's office, he reconfigured the government towards a better delivery or operationally efficient machinery. And he also went to the Department of Public Works and introduced something that I think they called it Gungulasho project, where he was bringing together the contractors, small contractors, teaming them with big contractors so that they can gain experience and better skill to deliver the infrastructure in this province. And not only that, he went to the Department of Economic Development, where again I had the privilege of serving with him. And there also he introduced a lot of things. You know, the small and medium enterprise development strategy in the province. He also introduced what we called targeted assistance program, which was targeted towards the people living with disabilities, the women, the targeted groups. There are a lot of things that one can say about Comrade Collins.
Premier, thank you so much for giving us that insight into the life of Collins Chabane, the late minister there. Not only a comrade, but what it sounds like was a key strategist and a key administrator for government as well as the ANC in the province. Well, we will continue to take a close look at the life and times of Collins Chabane, the minister who gone too soon is how he's being described at the moment. Work is underway at the moment at this particular stadium. We will continue to bring you regular updates. Do stay with us. A quick ad break. Morning Live continues after this.